first match of the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, of the UGL tournaments. I'm here with Vincent.
Hello, everyone.
We're going to be casting actually the second quarterfinals because the first one was played too late and could not be casted during lunch break. But don't worry, we will cast it from replays eventually. So unlike the other matches so far in this tournament, it will be live. So bear with us if there's a little time before the game actually starts. Players are setting up, everything's getting ready. So match today will be Jean-Benoit Chasle, a.k.a. MaDSci, against Maximilian Stolz,
yep.
which I think MaxS is his...
yeah, his gaming tag is MaxS.
So MaxS versus MaDSci. That's going to be hard to pronounce. MaDSci versus MaxS. And so it's TVT. TVT. All right.
We'll see some Marines, tanks,
interesting.
And that's all we'll see.
Medevacs. We're going to see Medevacs.
Yeah.
So the map's getting ready. The players are in the map already. So it's Dash and Terminal for the first map. So Vincent, what do you think of this map?
I don't think the map really matters at the moment because both players are both Terrans. So it's going to be like if there's no race advantage on this. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be all about the drops and the positioning of everybody.
That's correct. So, have you played MaDSci already?
Yeah, I play MaDSci and I play MaxS.
Oh, you played both players?
Yeah. And
so, what can you tell us about their style?
I think, well, MaDSci is trying to be more of an aggressive player. He's going to drop a lot, be annoying as much as possible. The game is starting right now. We're about to get in the loading screen. But yeah, MaDSci is
aggressive.
Yeah, he'll try to be as much as annoying as he can.
And Maximilian?
I can't say much about Maximilian because all the games we both cheesed. So we'll see what happened. But I don't know. I got told that he was platinum and now he's diamond. So I mean, maybe he's better now. I can't say anything about it. We'll see it in the first game, and
so we'll find out.
Yeah,
soon enough. So, in the top left or just top corner of the map, we have as the blue Terran MaDSci from Montreal,
and in the right side we have from Germany. From
Germany,
MaxS in the red Terran.
All right, so. Everyone's for Terran survival, but they're gonna fight each other to death, nonetheless, no matter what. So far, as expected, there's only 2 starting points, so both player knows where everyone is.
Yeah.
Still, MaDSci will go and build his supply depots directly on the ramp, which means he's doing some sort of wall, which is not something I do personally on Terran versus Terran, because Marines can stay away when you wall yourself in, and it's not that great.
Yeah, but if you see, both players are actually walling their base, so it's pretty. They're doing the same at the moment. Oh, and we see some controls change.
We're having
this is perfect.
An issue for a little observer who needs to change stuff mid-game.
If we see, we can see the barrack being built by both players. I think there's a simulator being built by Maximilian.
So as I think I saw on the minimap before the profile was created, we had both players actually walled in. So might not be as eccentric as I suspected, but we'll see. We have this map is very long to actually scout through because there's 2 entrances. There's a lot of entrance, but they're all blocked by rocks all over the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of rocks. Like you think it's pretty close, so you mean, oh, I can just scout later and I'll have time. But there's actually a lot of destructibles, so it's really a long way.
So far we have both players with 1 barrack doing researching the not plan through fortress. What am I saying?
Orbital command.
Orbital command. Thank you. We have MaDSci who's going for the Reaper first, so that's what he's going to scout with to have an idea of what Silpening's doing. We have both player on one gas so far. MaxS didn't scout much because of the wall-in, so this still useful just for that purpose.
Yep.
Since the map is so huge, it does prevent any other types of scouting except for this Reaper who's going to move in very, very soon.
Yeah, he's going, well, he'll be cutting everything. I think he'll try to get some SCV on the way there. But the Marines are getting ready.
2 Marines are waiting for this Reaper. The question is, will it still move in or be enough? It's Southern Marines moving out. It still knows there's 3 Marines. 3 Marines means that's mostly all you did. Unless you took no gas, which means it's mostly all you did anyways. Therefore, he has a good idea of what's up. Maximilian, on the other hand, less so, but still this early, it's pretty standard so far. So we have both player relatives at their base, everything's fine. Workers almost even for both player, so no one's behind, no one made any slip up so far.
Yeah, and you can also see both player going for the factory, so they're doing almost the same build. We see MaDSci having a tech lab. Well, I think they're doing the same thing. They both have a tech lab.
We have Stim going up for both players. We have exactly actually a mirror matchup so far, except for that Reaper beginning. But other than that, they're both going for exactly the same idea. We have MaDSci who's keeping the watchtower, so he's expecting to maybe catch a glimpse of units trying to go through the mill, maybe be lucky and see medevacs if they don't matter to go around the watchtower. Yeah. Still always good to have vision. We have a little SCV in the bottom left that's, I guess, waiting to build something or checking for hidden expansions or just forgotten.
He was cutting earlier with this SCV and he just went to the watchtower, but now he's just waiting, I guess, to scout later or do whatever.
MaDSci is being pretty aggressive in the Marine count, like both players are, but this is only Marines, so I'm expecting an early mine Marine drops or something like this from MaDSci, which would be what I feel is his style. We have the starport going to move to build 2 medevacs straight from the start. And yeah, I'm expecting a big early push from both players.
Are doing the exact same thing. This is the, well, I told you, like, this is turn against turn. The map won't change anything, and
we
right
have
now you see
MaxS who's starting his first tank, however, which is a slight difference because on the MaDSci side of things, the factory is still floating in the air and not intending to build anything after all. So no mine, only a big Marine push, which could be good actually, because if there's only 1 tank and he manages to snipe it, then there's not, or take it out of position, there's not much MaxS can do about this. But if, on the other hand, the tanks manage to hit Marines, everything's still up for play.
Yeah, and we see both players will have stim pack for the drop, and they're both
players are dropping, and then whoop, we have MaxS who sees the drop on the other end and is trying to come back, but with the tank and the Marines, it's a strange fight at the drop points, but the turret's actually killing the medevacs, which makes MaxS win this battle greatly. Actually snipe both medevacs with losing what, 1 tank and a few Marines.
But I mean, pretty worth it. I mean, you can just rebuild the tank for like, that's all you need to rebuild. And
there's already a second one, and now he's gonna go and drop, and MaDSci doesn't have much left. And on top of that, Maximilian S took a worker leave of 5 worker, which is not negligible.
Yeah, and MaDSci just lost like both his medevacs and lost 16 Marines. That's quite a lot this early in the game.
And here goes the drop. The tank will probably siege. MaDSci did take an expansion, so he's going to be able to move out and still keep mining. Oh, the expansion is not finished, so I'm even wrong on that. So, yeah, so there's both players dropping. The drop of MaDSci might be able to do some damage and compensate, but there's nothing that can stop the tank for now, and that's getting huge damage in MaDSci's base. The workers were pulled to actually kill the Marines, which is a weird choice, but since he has nothing else, the tank is the real key here. And now he gets surrounded and gets sniped.
Again, we see MaDSci just got 2 more workers and
MaDSci
killed the tank, so I think it's better on this side right now.
And
well,
he has an expansion, which means I believe MaxS a little overextended on this. He should have retreated a little after he did some damage, or maybe defend more with something else than his SCV, but he had no units unless he was building a second tank. But being late in expansion, even if he has his own in construction and just finished right now, it's still a huge deal.
Yeah, and I think both players are pretty even at the moment. Like you see, MaxS just finished his expansion. I mean, they're pretty even. MaDSci will get more workers, I guess. Yeah, well, they lost a lot of workers, but they're pretty even on every side of the game.
We have exactly, or almost exactly the same supply. So yeah, we have upgrades actually going on for MaDSci. +1 attack, and of course stim for both players. But now we have +1 armor just starting to go with the +1 attack. So
and MaxS didn't start anything, so I mean he's gonna be late on this. The timing will be
very strong.
Yeah, so MaDSci could just attack with like his armor attack, well, his armor upgrade, and just try to go for the kill from them.
So another scout from MaDSci who's just want to make sure that whatever he's planning, no, just staying at the watchtower. I was expecting him to go and watch to make sure his attack was gonna work and be
could
ready.
Just go in with the Reaper and scout what's happening in the enemy base. But
yeah, the mine preventing another drop like the first one with the turret also. So MaDSci is pretty well defended, and since he has this advantage of upgrades, it's gonna be a big part in the what's to follow.
Yep. Yeah, and we see MaxS is building Vikings. I think it's going to be denying the medevac healing in the fights, but I'm not sure about this choice since the Vikings cost a little bit more. So he might just be building this to deny the drops, but at this point I don't think MaDSci will drop again.
Well, we'll see. The thing is, there is tanks on the Max side of things, which means MaDSci might want to go and drop on the tanks if he could.
Yeah.
Therefore, the Vikings will actually prevent that. But we will not be of much use if there's just a straight-up fight. That said, the Marines running into tanks might not be such good either. So even if MaxS is a little behind on supply, he still has what it takes to defend. I believe, however, that if MaDSci has more units and more upgrades, then maybe it will be sufficient.
Yeah, maybe he might just win the fight because of the upgrades. And right now we don't see any upgrades started for MaxS. We see +2 attack from MaDSci starting, so he's getting pretty ahead.
The longer this lasts, the more ahead MaDSci will be. So I believe unless we have Maximilian S actually going for the mech army upgrades.
He's
doing +1/+1 mech.
It's going mech. I mean, we'll need to see more murders from MaDSci, but at the moment he doesn't have really anything. So like he has maybe 4 tanks. I'm not sure if you can pull up the unit tab, please.
We have exactly 4 tanks. Good call. With the Vikings that can prevent the drops and 4 tanks, he might be able to defend from this push actually. But with the late upgrades, it's still going to be hard. I'm expecting to see Tors coming on relatively soon. We had MaDSci actually scan and change his idea about the drop from the top. So because the Vikings are there.
Yeah. Not sure if he scanned the main, but I think he might have.
He did scan the tanks. I don't think he scanned the main, no.
No.
That said, even if there are 4 Vikings to prevent that drop, if they're out of position, as soon as the Marines start dropping, all the tanks are in the front. This could deal a huge load of damage. They've been detected.
Oh no, they
haven't.
Oh my god,
the vision
hurt
of
so
the
much.
building command center is not as strong as if it was behind them. The upgrades will just die. And we see MaDSci here seeing that there's two armories, knows that it's mech coming up. Tanker at the position. This is dealing a huge amount of damage.
I mean, he could just kill the. He could just start killing the armories before the upgrade finishes.
We have the tanks actually moving in. The upgrades will fall, but the tanks cannot kill the medevacs. So will it be enough to actually minimize damage, kill the army? We have the snipe on the Vikings, not the Vikings, sorry, the medevacs to actually prevent liftoffs. So many tanks, however, are gonna eat through all those Marines. And it's pretty even. He has to move close, but it's not enough. They all died to lose of 2 tanks. That's a nice defense, actually. The only problem is that he lose one of his upgrade buildings.
Yeah,
but not
he
even
lost
both.
so much stuff. He lost his 2 assimilators. He lost some Vikings. He lost a lot of stuff on this.
Yes, but at least he defended, and now there's a second drop coming from the top side. So, and he moved his tank back away because he's expecting to move to the front. So this could hurt a lot, but there are turrets there who could prevent the drop from happening. That said, we have both players who also took a turret. The drop just was scouted by the barracks, so the Vikings instantly moving in, but they're evading all the turrets, and then another drop, this time with Mine Marines and Marauders. It's gonna kill stuff not much MaxS army can do.
I don't think there's like anything you can do about it, and there's only like a few Marines.
One of the tanks is actually blocking the ramp, so the other tanks are not able to move in, and the
lift off on the command center,
which is not that huge considering there's not many minerals left, but still a problem, and there's Marines up and down the ramps. Everything's going into chaos. But we have the scan here trying to kill the mines, trying to free its base, not lose too many buildings, not lose too many minerals, but
well, we see on the third, the command center dying, like from a little push MaDSci did earlier.
MaDSci is not willing to actually give up any ground, and the command center falling makes MaDSci take such a huge lead. It's already 100 supply to 66. It's going to be very hard for an army of tank that's not mobile to actually handle those Marines moving all around. MaDSci knows what his strong point is, and he's going for 3-3 straight away.
Yeah.
So the upgrade advantage is going to be tremendous.
And I mean, at this point, you don't even want to go. You don't even want to go for mech. You're like, well, he's going for mech. I mean, I'm just going to build more Marines, more Marauders. I'm just going to 3-3 and
I'm expecting those rock to fall pretty soon, though. Marines moving up, trying to regroup with another group. Gonna have drops again in the main and some in the base. We've seen Max actually split his tank this time, so he's more ready. I believe he split his tank. We have the vehicle weapons reaching level 2 right now. But I don't think it's gonna be enough against an army of 2-2 Marines this big.
I don't.
Here's the drop coming. We have a ground army who's moving with the medevacs, but mostly to protect them from Viking because there's no path from there that can be accessed. Few to drops in the other. We have 5 medevacs full of units, but there are the jeeps here who's actually dealing damage, and the drops are actually pretty nice. Most of the Marines that were dropped just died. That's a nice repel.
Yeah, I think MaDSci didn't do anything on this push, but he's still building units at base. He's still building stuff.
His advance is still very, very big. 128 supplies to 100, almost. And the third is taken from that side, which is not for MaxS because of the denial here.
Yeah.
Those, not Banshee,
those aliens.
Aliens, thank you. I'm mixing my units today. Those aliens are actually not. Well, I was going to say not going to deal much damage because there's Marines there, but since they're not moving, they did kill a few SCVs, but they will not make it away, and that's going to still cost a lot for for MaxS.
Well, they killed 8 SCV. I mean, it's pretty worth it since you only spent about 600 minerals on well, like actually 300 minerals on the aliens.
And now MaDSci has 5 command center. And still has already more cash and more units than MaxS does. There's not much stuff that won't be able to produce from MaDSci, and MaxS will have a hard time like just keeping up with whatever's coming. We have 3-3 timing like in 5 seconds, and we see the Marines moving out to be ready to abuse this timing. We have the third trying to come back a second time for MaxS, but will be denied by those medevac. And
not sure. MaxS is pulling out his army.
That's
he's getting
correct.
ready.
He's getting ready.
I guess he'll
but
siege
pulling
up.
out his army, the scan here actually warns where the tanks are. But since they're on siege, he's moving in. He's going in, and can the unsieged tanks actually deal with this many Marines? No, they're retreating, and
they're not even sieging. What
they're
are they doing?
3-3, so they're not sieging. They have to retreat, but they're just dying. They retreat, and now they siege, but that's going to allow MaDSci to actually go snipe the expansion.
And you'll see the mines just killing the Marines.
The mines killing the Marines, who actually tries to follow. All those SCVs moving out to actually help the tanks. Tanks moving out, going to stop straight in front of the mines. I don't think he saw the mines there, but even so, the Marines are just almost, Marines Marauder, almost enough to kill all the tanks. And even though MaxS actually repelled this, I don't think it's gonna be, it's not good for him, because against the 5 base Terran, having only 3 base is not that great. There are CVs who are trying to come and save this command center, and gladly the mines are falling because there's a turret nearby. But
I don't know, where's the turret? I don't see it.
It's right at the front of the expansion, I believe. Yeah, right there. And the range of turrets is actually huge. Not that huge to see the second mine, but it was to see the first one.
And we see even more army from MaDSci just coming like towards the middle of the map, and I mean, there's nothing you can do at this point.
We have a tank who just got sniped by a mine. Not much.
He just comes in, gets it, goes out. He's like, no, I'm not staying here.
That said, the supply difference is so huge that I believe MaDSci could actually, and with his 3-3 upgrades, MaDSci could almost actually just move out and kill what's left.
Just go for the kill.
Yeah. But he's playing it safe, which is actually a pretty okay play too. I mean,
if you're ahead,
he knows he's way ahead.
If you're ahead, just stay ahead. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And actually, at this point, it's only like 2 bases because the main is, I think, mined out, so you won't be able to do anything with this.
2 bases against 3, I believe, because the expansion of MaDSci is also empty. He saw where all the tank was. We're gonna have a drop in the main very, very soon, and I don't think MaxS has anything there to prevent it except a few turrets, but that will not stop much. I mean, it's gonna kill a few of the medevacs while they drop stuff. It's gonna prevent some healing, but once those units are down, in which they are right now, nothing can be done. I mean,
they'll be killing everything. There's nothing you can do about it. You can just go up with your tanks, but they won't be able to siege in time and kill all the Marines.
They're just out of range. They're actually dealing a little damage, but the factories are falling, the barracks are falling. This command center will fall too, with the orbital commands. So it's going to prevent at least the scan and the mules. And like, we see the building not even trying to flee anymore. I'm expecting the MaxS to give up pretty soon, or at least try to rebuild elsewhere, but since he's not even moving out,
I don't think it's possible at this point. You lost so much, and the mines are just there, and will just hit the tank so. Oh my god! Just hit the tank so hard.
And here's the GG, as we were expecting. So first game going for MaDSci. Was actually a pretty quick game. How long did that last? It was no, it's
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes. Never mind. Still a pretty long game, but it felt pretty quick because it went like the first few battles kept the game pretty even, but it then ran straight away on MaDSci's side, and MaxS tried to make tanks, tried to come back, but without being aggressive with an army that slow, not much he could do. Could not take his third, could not manage to build up to Tors, and MaDSci knew what his advantage was and played it masterfully.
Yeah, I think that's what happened there. Is they were both even, but they went for a different composition. So MaDSci going for a more agile composition, more mobile composition, was able to just get those tanks out of position and just kill the rest of the base.
Yep. So we're loading second map right now. So second map will be Terraform. So players are in game. the our observers asking if they're ready. So yes.
So we're starting. So it's countdown begins, and we'll go into the loading screen. So it's 1-0 for MaDSci, and we'll see what happens from there. If
a lot of stress on the shoulders of Maximilian. Like, can he make it back up and show us what he was not able to show us last game? Do you think he's gonna go mech again?
I don't know. This map is still a 2-spawn map, so they know where each player is.
They both
He might just
that.
go for something he did to me and just all in pretty early. That would be a...
So, again, in the bottom right corner this time, we have the blue Terran MaDSci. And in the top left,
we have from Germany, Maximilian Stalls in red Terran.
From the little ADM clan, as we can see.
No APM.
No APM clan.
How is this APM doing?
So
we need to see if...
we need to see if his clan tag is correct. So,
MaDSci is better.
It's fine.
MaDSci is doing better at the moment with a current 0 APM. No, I mean, his tag is no APM. So
yeah,
we're going for the no APM guy.
So the no APM guy has more APM than the with APM guy, I guess. All right, so enough fooling around. We have both barracks still exact same opening as before. So
we see MaDSci going for pretty early gas, what we don't see from MaxS. We'll see what will happen from there.
We have to remember, actually, that the first attack from MaDSci was not successful last game, so MaxS might have slipped up later on, but his opening was not bad. He might just do the exact same thing, trying to say, okay, I need to relax, I need to focus on what I'm doing. I did it last time, I can do it again, and this time counter properly, not lose my army in my counter attack.
Yeah.
And this would do fine. So far, same build, same openings, both players have their gas already.
Yeah, we'll see a Reaper from MaDSci, pretty sure. That's the Reaper.
Has the Reaper, exactly as before. Marines on the Max side of things. So pretty similar matchup as before. Supply still even, both players not slipping up. Promising to have another good game.
They're doing pretty good on that side of the game. I don't think any of them were supply block last game.
Nope.
They were doing pretty good, and I mean, they're both pretty good player, both diamond player, I think.
Obviously, yes. Which is to be expected, but unlike other games we saw in this tournament, the level of play right here is very good, making it very hard to tell who's going to take the lead early on. But again, we have MaDSci who's going to scout his opponent's base, but and take already his expansion, actually. So it's a pretty early expansion, and Maximilian Stolz will scout that.
And I think he needs to go right now with his Reaper. He'll get, like, there's only 3 Marines. He could just scout for the rest.
We can notice that actually Max expected that. He moved his Marines right where the Reaper arrived when he arrived, and SCV actually made a curve to avoid the Reaper going straight line, which is pretty good, and already sees the bunker, sees the command center, knows what's up, knows he will need to either expand himself or be very aggressive, because you cannot afford to be late in TVT on the command center side and be passive.
Yeah, but at the moment we see the factory being
and
built.
The Reaper falls down. It's counted the gateway. Sorry, the factory. But he can't really know. He didn't see the second gas. He can't really know what's coming next. And we see the starports going up. So it's going to be very aggressive for MaxS, who's going to try to abuse the fact that MaDSci only has 3 barracks so far, and 2 of those are still in construction.
Yeah, and I think he might go just drop some mines. I mean, that's pretty good on TVT, and we see, like, right there, MaxS just has a worker, and he could just go and scout the base, and that's what he's doing.
We have the worker actually hiding behind the mineral lines, trying to see how many workers is there for MaDSci, having an idea of what's up. We have the swap so that we can build 2 medevac at a time. So it's tank again, actually, or at least It's not going for a direct mine.
Well, yeah, he's not building mines. I guess he's going back to mech on only one base. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but
well, if the attacks come fast enough, it could deal a lot of damage. I mean, MaDSci is a lot more passive in macro play than last game, but you expect this. We have the turret building inside the mineral lines, so this could actually prevent most of the damage. That said, if there's a tank with the drop, it's actually still going to deal a lot of damage because it's going to be hard for a bunch of Marines with no medevacs to actually stop a tank with Marines, even if there's a bunker up front. But we have MaDSci moving out. Needs to know if his opponent's going to attack, needs to know if he needs to attack. I would have
just built one more Reaper to scout at this point.
Yeah, but this is going to be a push. It's expecting probably to gather the army out of position because it's moving out. I mean, if this army of Marines kind of see and snipe the medevacs as it's almost doing, it could deal a lot of damage. That said, they're not seeing it, but there's no more army for Maximilian.
The army is out. He could just go in and like break the front door. There's nothing else to defend, so...
Maximilian's doing for the Viking again, which would be completely useless considering there's no army at all. No medevacs at all, I mean.
And will we see the medevacs coming back, or will we see a base trade?
I would go for the base trade. Sadly, it's bad to go for the base trade when your opponent has 2 base and you only 1, but he does not have time to come back, and this is going to hurt so bad. We have the SCVs trying to go repair, but deciding not to in the end. We have MaDSci expecting the drops when he saw there was no army there. But is he going to be able to snipe? Not able to snipe the medevac, which is a huge deal, because that means there's no army for MaDSci either in the defense. So it's really going for the base rate. We have the turrets falling, the tank moving in, the medevacs dangerously between both turrets, but never a hit from the enemies. We have the tanks trying to defend on Maximilian's side of things. It's sieging up, and with no medevacs, the tank could actually kill the Marines, even if all the SCVs die from it.
And we see 14 on both sides getting killed, so it's...
And yeah, we have the tank actually managing to defend the base. Then MaDSci actually has to bring the worker back to actually deal some damage and try to survive. But all his workers are dying to the SCV. The tank falls, but there are still...
killed every SCV around it.
There are still SCVs on Maximilian's side of things, and they're...
Oh, but I think this push is getting out by MaDSci. He's got the army.
So MaDSci actually won, but how many workers are there left for both players?
It's even. It's even. They're both at
9-7, but MaDSci has 2 bases, however, which will make a huge difference in rebuilding from both those attacks. Wow, this was very...
It was a tie. A pretty good tie, but both players are like... Well, MaDSci is ahead. Like,
yeah, definitely because of the
right
second command center. That said, Maximilian Stolz did build a second command center behind it. Want to be able to build 2. So he's not going to be too much behind. And he has tanks to defend. And you have to consider, MaDSci still has no starport.
At this point, MaDSci is just progressing in the map, and he's rolling every troop there. He's got about 3 Marauders and a bunch of Marines. He could just go in and... I don't know if he asked him. Does MaDSci ask him?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. And he has +1 attack.
And he has +1 attack, which is, again, very huge. We have upgrades being an issue on the Maximilian side of things, but he does have a tank, and on only 1 base, he might actually be able to still defend this. But I'm expecting MaDSci to actually retreat when he sees the tank. Exactly what it's doing, trying to find a way to deal some damage without risking anything. Like, he found a spot where he can actually attack the command center, forcing it to go where it does not want to go. And with only 1 tank, why did he lift it? He wanted to move it away.
It's not legacy. You can't just siege it and lift it while it's siege. What the hell? What are you doing?
He's moving to try and defend his taking his expansion. But MaDSci saw his advantage. Shai was on 2 base and his opponent was not yet. Moving away, trying to go back to his macro, trying to augment his lead. Maximilian, not knowing if the enemy is still here, needs to move out before he can actually start mining, which is pretty risky and makes him lose some time.
Yeah, and well, we see MaDSci just going He's well right now he's supply block, but he's going building army, building upgrades.
Having a really great map vision.
Yeah,
map
yeah. Then the
control.
second eBay, he can just build. He'll get his +1 armor and then just start +1, +2, +2. So it's pretty huge. He'll be so ahead.
And I'm expecting MaDSci to start building, most probably, well, he's doing an armory right now, so I'm not sure what he's intending to follow through with. But I'm expecting him for MaDSci and didn't go mech last game. Still, probably just for upgrades.
No, but MaxS did, and I think he's going back to mech. I think he just built his armory. He might just go tank and...
So we have the +2 going on from MaDSci. So, and I'm expecting him to actually take a third command center behind the aggression that's moving out. We have, as we can see, Marines and Marauders actually moving, rallying to the third of Max. So we have turrets all around the expansion trying to prevent drop, but displacements will not stop much actually. And
even there, you could just go front door and then take everything and go, because the tanks won't be able to shoot the air. So you can just kill the bunker, kill the Marines, take everything, and drop in on the tanks.
Mm-hmm. We have this time, however, Max put tanks in his main and in his natural, not wanting a repeat of last game.
He's learning.
He's learning straight from the game. But we have still the upgrade advantage very strong on MaDSci. 1-1 already and 2-1 soon to be. I think that's what MaDSci is waiting for his push to go on. On the other side, we have Max still not doing any upgrades, still behind on the supply and on workers.
And we'll see +2 attack being done pretty soon. Maybe he's waiting for that timing. We see the Viking going out. He's expecting the drop. He's like, I don't know when you're coming. I don't know
I know you are.
Where. I know you are, and I'll kill you.
And we can see MaDSci probably wanting to drops from both sides because he has the second group of medevac moving south, and the first in the expansion could either join with the other one or just move up. That said, there are tanks and turrets all over the place. So
yeah, but not in the
the expansion.
Natural.
The natural is actually has only one tank in it.
It's pretty naked. I mean, but right now he's going to drop in the main and in the expand at the same time. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I would have scouted before to see where are the turrets, where are the tanks, where's the army. But right now we see MaxS trying to go out, I guess, or he's just replacing the tank.
I don't know if that SCV saw the medevac, but if it did, it's a huge sight. Like he knows where his enemy is, what's gonna happen. So
yeah,
that
the
Vikings moved south. He saw them. He wants to be able to intercept. And here they go. They have to drop. One medevac goes down. It's not the second one, but still a few kills out of this, which was huge. And inside the main, there's a scan, not wanting to drop in the wrong place. Seeing the weak spots, moving in the weak spots, but there are tanks there, so the Marines moving. And now there are Vikings who are actually going to prevent them from lifting back up. The Marines have to move in.
But I think it's enough. Like, well, he's not...
The defense is actually working. Like, there's Marines now killing what's left. All of MaDSci's attack actually just died. One medevac made it away because it didn't go in. But this is a huge deal. I mean, I believe Max actually made it back into the game there.
Yep. But we need to see if he'll be able to push and...
And actually, Max has a third command center. So Max expanded before MaDSci this time, or at least is expanding right now. And he saw his little weak point, trying to block it with more turret. I don't know how I like this many turrets. I mean, when you go mech, you need the defense, so I'm assuming it's normal that he would do such a thing.
Yeah, because you can't just go back to your base and...
Every time.
Yeah, you need...
But it's not going to work very well to actually stop all those... enemies. We have the SCVs was going to build a command center who actually saw the army. I don't know if you noticed the mine. I hope he did for him, because otherwise he's gonna... Yeah, he saw the mine, so he's gonna kill it. I was gonna say otherwise he would not be able to drop the command center and still lose time. But now, he's in a pretty good position.
Yeah, he's in a good shape. He has some army, but we see from MaDSci the 2-2 is done. The 3, the +2 attack is starting.
That's correct.
We
The
might see
MaDSci is
something going on.
leading again on the intending to not fear anything. A mine and a Marines got sniped, but he wants to keep the upgrade advantage. Sees Max going again for air, not for air, for mech with the upgrades, but he's still a lot of time behind the upgrades of the Marines. And this could hurt big time because he has to spread so much. MaDSci actually took his third too, so
But
both play on 3 bases.
If he spreads well and just go from both sides, don't focus the command center because you don't need that. You want to kill the army because right now he's 40 supply ahead.
Yeah,
He's got the upgrade advantage. He's got the army advantage. He just needs to
make the
position right.
Make the kills.
Yeah.
We see MaDSci not wanting to get outbased, taking a third and a fourth. So trying to deny the little advantage Max had taken when he expanded earlier.
So many mules. This is
this is a lot of mules, but not sure how
this is 9 mules. This is a lot.
How much of a difference it makes when you have this many SCVs and this many mules, but it does always make it work for you when you can not skip a mule. Never. I mean, he was probably going to start muling from his third soon, but MaDSci again has so much vision, such a huge army, and now 4 bases. And upgrades advantage because
MaxS
is
just
going on 1-1 relatively soon, and with only tanks and unupgraded Marines, the damage could be huge.
The Marine died. The Marine died.
So,
but we see +3 attack just finished right now.
There was a building moving out there who's actually stopped in its tracks, saying, "Oh no! Again, my nemesis put stuff in my expansion, not wanting for him to see." I think he's waiting for a scan to actually kill the mine. Sorry,
it's pretty hard when you just send.
Here's the army who's like saw the tank by the mine, not siege. Says, "Time I move and make some kills." And they're moving out. And this is actually killing everything, which is huge for MaDSci. The tanks were out of position. They were not siege. They were not ready. And their mines just prevents everything from moving out. Like the tanks are going to try to snipe one of the mines, maybe 2. No, only 1. But he cannot take his fort, which is allowing MaDSci to take the base advantage.
Yeah, and it's
not too much
pretty
of an issue.
Problematic when you want to go mech and you need the space. You need the double cast. You need to get it. And he's just blocking this from MaxS. He's just saying no, you don't take bases right now. You just wait. And he's saying I'm in control of the game. You're not. So I think right now we should see MaDSci going for the third and trying to kill him, but he's not doing it. So we'll see what happens.
So MaDSci is actually in a weird position to... he's not in a weird position to stop this command center from going there, but he's in a weird position to actually attack from where he was. So as we see MaDSci moving away to try and reposition himself so he can actually move from behind the rocks, which is the nice place. There's again the mine in the drop selection that Max missed when he was there. Now moving his aliens, killing it, but he needs to move his tank near the mineral lines if he wants to be able to defend this base.
The aliens have blue flame right now, so they'll be able to deal more damage to the marine forces.
And here goes the tanks, exactly where they're needed. They're blocking the harvest, but he knows where the enemy army is, trying to lure it, but Max won't have it. He's gonna scan, see what's up, and he's gonna move away and try to find another spot to attack from.
And he's taking so much bases at the moment. He can get those tanks and get the mules. It's really good from
well, he's 3-3 with 3-3 upgrades against 1-1, and not sure when got 1-1. I think it's 1.
Yeah, it's 1-1. I think it's 1-1. Yeah, he's finished with the armor upgrade.
Isn't it what's going on at the bottom of the screen? So,
this is for MaDSci.
Oh, so sorry, you're right. MaDSci is actually doing the medevac upgrades army. Oh, but he lifted all his Marines to actually go drop just when the Vikings moved and sniped the one with all the units in it. That was a huge deal. But
yeah, that's pretty
again,
good. But I mean, look at MaDSci's army. He's still ahead. Look, he's
still ahead,
he
and
still
he
has
has
more.
so many command center that even if Max actually goes and snipe 1 or 2 of them, well, MaDSci says, you know what? You're going mech. I don't care. You cannot snipe all my bases. Snipe 1 of them. I'm gonna have 5 more.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. You need to just like he's taking the bases, but he's like not even using them, and he's saying, well, if you kill this one, I'm just going to go for yours. Like,
Yeah, I
if
will
the
know
army
where your
goes
army
away,
is.
oh, but that's so many Vikings.
But the Marines are not in the medevacs. I don't think there's going to be another lift. I think he says, I know where you're going. I know what you saw.
Oh wait, and I
This
would
guy
just
is
go in right
waiting
now.
for the-
You need
for
to
the-
kill those Vikings.
Yeah, he
And he's
just
going
needs
for
it.
it.
He's going for it. He's moving in. The Vikings see the army, try to move away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 goes down. There's only 3 left. It's so huge. The army moving out, and but there's a lot of Hellbats there, but not many medevacs to actually protect them. The tank's going to try to help a little with the planetary fortress, but with this income, MaDSci says, you know what? Go for it. Let's trade. He's going to try to kill, but he has to retreat. Losing it, most of the army there. I don't know how many Marines are left if the Vikings could kill the medevacs. I think there's at least
but look,
2 I can see.
Look in the middle of the map. You see there's still like a bunch of army just waiting there.
Waiting there.
He's still building army. He's not stopping at this point. He's just like, well, you know what?
With this many barracks, you can just build non-stop.
Yeah,
Non-stop,
you're
non-stop,
killing my
non-stop.
army. I'll just
And with
I'll
this
just
many bases, he has the economy to actually keep building non-stop for a long time. And we keep saying Max went mech, but I still see no Tors. So it's really mostly
mostly
tank
Hellbat.
and Hellbat army
and Vikings.
and Vikings to actually support it. So I believe Tors would
Wait.
help.
Right now we see the thing
Plus
for
2.
battle cruiser. I don't know the name, but I know it's for battle cruiser.
It's the fusion core.
Yeah, fusion core.
So we have the fusion core with the fusion dance soon to come, and 2-2 going up for the max of Max. So it's gonna help in a sense that against 3-3 he needs the upgrades. That's hurting him a lot right now.
Yeah, and
he's so behind on upgrades. I mean, the tanks and the Hellbats could kill this, but 1-1 versus 3-3. Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, and we see 2 battle cruiser getting started. This is like a really good game when the battle cruiser starts.
And it's interesting because battle cruisers with the upgrades are not that bad against Marines.
Yeah, they deal a lot of damage. They attack kind of fast. I mean,
And there is no Vikings for MaDSci, so this could actually change how things go for
the next fight.
Max. That said, he will need to start killing bases because now MaDSci even took the gold, so he's gonna just
Then you see
make
MaDSci just
units
building so
infinitely.
many
So many
turrets.
more barracks, so many turrets, so many vision. Like,
And this alien just died. Poor alien.
and the tanks
The
are out of
tanks.
position. The army sees it. Tim's moving. One, it's gonna gild a few, and it scans to make sure it can kill. It's gonna go for the command center instead of the tanks, but still killed 3 of them, which is pretty huge and preventing.
he gets
the
a command
expansion.
center.
He gets a command center.
And you
free
see
for it.
murders on
And
the other
all
side.
the other tanks were moving out. The army follows them, but that's not enough. You
I think
wish
he
to kill
was-
this many tanks with 4 marauders. It's
I think
a
he
bad
wasn't
idea.
moved there. I don't think he was looking at this. But still, he got some tanks. He got a command center. That's enough. That's what you need. And we see
He wants to prevent the mech player from expanding because he's maxed out. He has full upgrades. He has so many barracks. Yeah, can we see the building tabs? Like, it's hard to find. There's 11 barracks for MaDSci. And now he's moving in, seeing the army's not in position, trying to make as much kills
Yeah,
as
the
possible.
tank-
Battle cruiser shows up. The tanks are not there, however, they're too far. So the battle cruiser are getting targeted by the Marines. They have to move a little backwards. But there's cloaked banshees in the mix, which actually
they're getting some
the defense from Max is working. But with 11 barracks, MaDSci's just willing to trade and build back, and he's gonna
but
see
it-
is that the tanks are
Oh, God.
out of,
Oh, no,
not
no,
out
no,
of
no,
position
don't
this
go
time. There
there.
were a few back. The Marines trying to see if they could find a spot, but he loses more. Max actually took the supply lead right now. But with so many production from MaDSci, it will not last long. We have a command center battle in the middle of the map. Like, both players trying to go build plenty fortress to annoy the other one, I guess, something like that. But we have the army who's just getting ready to, again, attack one of the bases. And like, with only 2 tanks there,
I think you could
it,
just
it can
you could
decide,
tim in and go
it
in.
could decide if it attack the workers or if it kills the tank.
There's only 4 tanks. You could just go in.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Moving
yeah.
out, kill the tank, but they're battle cruiser. And if he targets the battle cruiser, yeah, he makes the kill, but he loses a few of the Marines.
But he killed everything.
But he killed everything. And yes.
And you got the 2 command centers.
2 command centers. Force a cancel on the other one.
And this one is at
And
1
this
HP.
one is at 1 HP. So close to dead. We have the SCVers gonna go finish the job.
He's just going in to poke. But we don't see anything, and we see those tanks coming in. Oh.
Tanksing needs to prevent expansions going up for MaDSci, but because there's so many. But the production on Max side of thing is not sufficient.
And we see the push
we
from
see
MaDSci.
MaDSci actually killing his workers to actually
Yeah.
make more units, which is a good call at this point. He has so many command center, he can just build mules to actually mine out all the bases he has and get the bigger army. We have the
Oh, and
tank
those
here having
tanks
to
will die.
unsiege, but they're moving out of position just to die. Like, they should have tried to at least deal a few damage, but they couldn't. MaDSci scanning, making sure he takes everything. He knows he's in a good position. He's harvesting for so many places.
He knows he can go in. He's just like, he's going on some sides. He's like, okay, I'm going to kill your base. And then scans and he's like, well, I can't.
We have the 1 HP not cancelled buildings can actually die unless it gets cancelled now. No, it just dies. So,
And I just wanna say he had to siege his tanks to just kill it. Not like just, oh well, just go Alien. You can kill this.
yeah, but at the same time, he's not willing to take risks that the army takes his tank out of position again.
Yeah.
He wants to build his base there. He wants to take the stronghold. So he moved his tanks, unsieging a few of them, trying to take a position. Now MaDSci does not want Max to actually take more bases. So he's moving his army, trying to find... He needs to attack some places. He needs to deal some damage. I mean, he has the gold muled like crazy. So he's not... He's floating on 2,000 and 3,000 mineral and gas with a full army. So he's like just willing trade away all game long.
And MaDSci also going for the fusion core. So we'll see battlecruiser from both sides. But
At this point, MaDSci has 4 starport. He's just going for the show. He says,
yeah.
you want to go air. I can go air. We're gonna see a lot.
but MaDSci coming into the natural.
Yeah,
he's going
I think
to.
he says I'm gonna kill as much as I can and trade the rest. I mean,
Yeah. He's going to try to kill some
kill the
production.
command center. If he kills the production, that's huge because he has so much production himself. If he prevents Max from actually building supportive units, now what's fallen so far? We have only buildings like.
Oh, he could kill the aliens.
He's killing the aliens. He says, "What? You didn't send the air support? Let me kill everything." And now that.
And this is a gift.
Pulse tank, this is a gift, and now the production's gonna fall. We have all the factory will fall, the starports will fall. I mean, Max is moving out, trying to say, "Oh, you want to go and let's base race maybe?" But you cannot base race with someone with this many bases.
No, you can't. Like, I mean, the production's too big.
And with 30,000, 4,000, 2,000 resources floating from MaDSci and all the production building he has. There's not much
can't afford
Max
it.
can do. He can't afford to lose his production.
There's a push going in north side. You see MaDSci go. Yeah, exactly. You see this going in. 2-0, yeah. I think it's going pretty well for MaxS. I mean, he has like 4. What is the unit counts, please? Yeah, but look, there's so much Marines, there's so much stuff, and they can just skip out.
So I'm missing batteries, so clear batteries because you're but as I was saying, like, not much you can do. He's just having actually able to kill all the army.
Yeah, and you see still MaDSci just killing stuff, and like MaxS is actually 126 on 1-3. That's not good, and the battle cruiser won't be able to take this game. Well, against there's so many Marines at the moment. And we got a new batteries.
So I hope you hear me again. Good from my own mic, but I guess this will be it. I mean, there's only 2 battle cruiser left. Marines are sniping them. They're not even trying to run away anymore. They're just like giving up on life.
Yeah, I think this is over. There's only tanks remaining, I think. Like
Max doesn't want to leave out because this will be his fall from the tournament.
Yeah, this is.
But he can't win this anymore. I mean.
This is tournament life. Like if you lose this, you're out. It's over. So
it's over.
It's all or nothing right now. And like even if you have a slight chance to win this, you need to take it.
You need to take it. I mean, there's no point in giving up. That would mean the end. But with 3 command centers moving out, trying to take a base that's already there, building SCVs.
Yeah, and we see 4 tanks going out.
4 tanks trying to force the lift to actually allow the command center to
MaDSci is just like, you know what? I'll let you this base. I won't take it. I'm leaving.
But with 200 supplies against 100 only, and most of these non-SCVs for both players, it's gonna be pretty impossible, especially since the upgrade difference is still there. We have the tanks and the command center, but the Marines just move in, kill every SCVs, everything's falling down. I mean, will the SCVs are not even trying to repair. I mean, Max is building stuff, trying to say, I have money, I can still do something, I cannot quit. It's hard to quit when you have 2,000 tyrants banked, but he can defend. He's moving to his new base where there's 2
I don't think that's
planetary.
There's
like
there's too much murders and Marine right now. Like there's only 3 tanks remaining. That's not enough. I don't think it's a game you could come back.
It's most probably not, but he's definitely want to try to the end. I mean, both his bases, his production and his mining base are so separate from one another.
Those are planetary fortress, so he can defend this. he's got the defense. He's
got the defense. But he can't drag this out, but I don't think he can stop this. This time the SCVs are trying to repair, saying this is my my last spot, I need to hold, but 2 of the tanks fall, leaving only 1 in the back and 1 on the right, and 2 at the other base. But like, see, MaDSci says, oh, I can't take this one, there's too many fortresses, I'm gonna go to where your prediction is.
But at this point, look at the income, look at the supply. I don't think it's a game. I think the game is already played at this point. Like, you can't just come back from this. You're 1 under a supply behind. And
not even the production to actually even out the supplies.
Yeah,
not considering the fact that MaDSci has every map on the base, every base on the map, possible or almost. And so, except the unmined one at the end, the gold one's not taken. But otherwise, he's everywhere. I mean, he has eyes everywhere. He's like the Overmind.
Oh, and we have this count going down there. He's going in.
He's moving in, saying like, I'm never gonna let you
There's so
build
much
up to
Vikings.
200.
You could just kill this
with Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings are just so much.
And like the base is falling, the Marines killing stuff. There's so many meta. Actually, there's like there's so many Vikings. That is the GG. I was gonna say there's so many Vikings that the army's not able to kill the buildings. But nothing Max could do. He eventually stops trying, he gives up. So this means it's 2-0 for MaDSci. So MaDSci is moving out to the semifinals, which means he should be playing against whoever won yesterday, but we're not going to spoil it because we're going to replay it.
Yeah, we'll cast
in a
this
few days.
later. I don't know when,
So,
but we will.
we're not sure exactly when we're going to do it. We're not going to do it today because it's already 1 o'clock. So you guys need to go back to work unless you're watching from home, in which case you'll see us.
Unless you're in Germany, then good night to you.
Good night to you German folks. Sorry your champion didn't make it. So we have only one non-Canadian player left in the tournament.
I think, do we have?
No, there's two. There's two. There's Joker
There's two.
and there's
Jung Yun.
Jung Yun. I forgot which you will be playing tomorrow. Forgot Jung Yun.
I'll be playing Jung Yun tomorrow, so that will be a match to watch. And
it's gonna be interesting. So come tomorrow, noon EDT again.
Yep.
We're gonna play the game between Vincent and Jung Yun. So have a good evening, everyone. Good nights wherever you are in the world, and pleased to see you again.